Oh, I thought I put it for 145. I guess I didn't. Oh, welcome to Mirror Domains. And this is my Sunday stream where I'm going to be reviewing the movie Pet Sematary Bloodlines. Is it as good as people hoped? Well, we'll have to wait and see. And a Netflix movie called Nowhere. Did I miss the Nowhere live reaction? Bifer says in the live chat, no. I watched that one on my own. Because well, it dealt with a pregnant lady that gives birth, so it was kind of like I didn't know how much I would be able to get away with, but we'll talk about that in my formal review. But I thought we would start off today's show by taking a look at some of the early box office numbers for The Exorcist Believer, and it's going to be number one, guys. It's going to be number one. Exorcist Believer delivers 27.2 million at the domestic box office, and yeah. So the R-rated horror pick, and yeah, we know that it's based on the original Exorcist. So it came in behind expectations, is what they're saying. Well, Exorcist Believer had no trouble delivering first place finish. 27.2 is a little bit higher than I thought it was going to be. I was thinking that would be somewhere around 15 to 17 million. So I think they got to be happy with that. These results are not quite yet posted up on Box Office Mojo. So pay attention tomorrow on the live news show at 10:30 a.m. guys. We'll be covering it a little bit more extensively there. I'll pull up the budget and what they were hoping for, and we'll take a look at the worldwide total. Overseas, it started off with 17.9, so yeah, 45.1 billion. And I think that's okay because I think the budget was around 30 million for Exorcist Believer. I'm just pulling that off the top of my head. That's what I think it was around. But they paid like 400 million for the rights, so it's going to be a while for them to get into the clear. They're not going to. Jason Blum has been known for making calculated risks, developing smaller budget films, and he swung for the fence on this one. But I think he chose the wrong people to swing for that fence. He needed a better director to handle this, and it's going to cost him. I think it will break even. I think it will be fine, which means we will probably get a Exorcist Denier sequel. But yeah, what came in second place? Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol came in second, right? Where? Saw 10 came in second. What? The horror market is saturated. Saw 10, which debuted at 18.6 million a week ago, is now an estimated 8.2 in its second outing, behind number 3 Paw Patrol, which only earned 11.8. What? Hold on here. Did I misread that? Saw X, which debuted 18 million in a week, is an estimated 8.2 in its second outing to come in number 3. Okay, no, Saw 10 is number 3. Yeah, Paw Patrol is number 2. Saw 10 is number 3. Nun 2 is number 4, which is good. And, right? I'll tell you this. Thinking about Exorcist Believer, it just makes me want to watch Nun 2 and say, man, I was really hard on it. I was really harsh. The only person I trust to make an Exorcist is Lay 1L. Oh yeah, Bifer. That's a good call. Lay 1L. You said Reptile on Netflix is pretty good, right? With Benicio del Toro and Justin Timberlake. I might have to check that one out. But yeah, that's the early headlines. Hey guys, if you like this kind of thing, they're my social media handles. We play a lot of games there over on Twitch. We play Street Fighter 6, World of Warcraft. We're just starting into Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I'm really enjoying. So As you know, this is a long weekend here in Canada. So right now I've got a turkey in the oven, which is roasting away. So I don't know how much time I have today to have some fun. I know that my football team got dominated today. I forgot that it was an early start. I thought it was a 1 p.m. start, but the Bills, they fell right to Jacksonville. Is that is that what I saw happened? Uh, I totally forgot because they were playing over in Europe, weren't they? Yeah, 25-20. I totally forgot that that one was early. So I missed a game. I missed a game. Well, it's a 17 game season. Bummer. Bummer, man. Anyway, let's get into some reviews. All right. Let me pull things up here. And we shall get ready for Nowhere. Nowhere is a Netflix movie right now. Just know that it's a foreign film. I believe that it is Spanish. And it caught my eye by the premise. Nowhere, a Netflix film. A young pregnant woman named Mia escapes from a country at war by hiding in a maritime container aboard a cargo ship. After a violent storm, Mia gives birth to the child while lost at sea, where she must fight to survive. So know this, it's a survival story. And did I like this movie? I did. I thought it was fairly well done. Now, you do have the option of switching it to like English dubbed, but I would say watch it in a Spanish version with the subtitles. I thought it was fairly engaging. Like there'll be scenes in this where it'd be like, if you are terrified of being locked in a place with the water slowly filling up, that's what you're going to get. Her and her husband get separated in the beginning, so it's kind of like they're both in different containers, and it's kind of like, what would you do? What would you have? What would you do in here? And on top of everything, you're pregnant, so the tension is definitely there. Pacing wise, it does struggle a little bit because it's like an hour and 50 minutes, but the acting in this from the main actress, there, she carries this thing, right? Because it's all about her stuck out in the waters, trying to figure out ways to survive. And on that, I would have to say it's worthwhile. I don't think you'll be turned off by the English dub either. I toggled in between just to see if it was going to be quality or not. But I like this movie. I liked it a lot. So the acting, as I said, is the standout by Ana Castillo. Tamar Novas plays the husband. And then, of course, there's some other people that are in the container as well that, well, they get lost. And it's kind of like, eventually, yeah, she's out there by herself. So I don't want to show too much, because I don't want to spoil too much of it here. But the directing of it seemed to be fairly well executed as well. I don't know much word from her, so it worked. She carried it, and if this kind of like water slowly drowning claustrophobia thing affects you, then your palms are going to be sweating towards the end of this thing. Let's go over to my early score sheet and put in some numbers here for what I'm going to score this thing. Nowhere. So I said the acting was good, and indeed it was. In fact, I would say that the acting was, well, some of the dialogue was kind of meh. But yeah, I'll say 1.5. Nothing award worthy, but it was solid. 100% solid. The directing, I'll also give 1.5. Story was interesting. I may come back to story after I'm done. Acting, directing, and story are out of a possible 2 points each. And I just, it's so simple. I don't know if it's breaking any barriers with it, though, right? It's a story of survival kind of thing. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's cool to see. In fact, yes, there you go. I just sold myself right there. I am going to give it a 1.5 because of the ingenuity of how is she going to survive with this. And then when the kid is born, it's kind of like, oh my God, right? Wow. Um, you're deep in it. And I want to see what happens next. So it's engaging in that aspect. Cinematography and score are out of a possible 1 point each. It had serviceable cinematography. The score, it worked. So I wouldn't say that those were too noteworthy. But those are some of the things that I consider while I'm thinking about ranking this movie. Let's go over to the tomato meter and see what people are saying. Ooh, 55% by critics, 67% by the audience, so it's only got 11 reviews. So maybe people were a little bit harsher on it because of perhaps that generic scenario of survival kind of thing, right? Spanish, yeah. Albert Pinto directs. And yeah, this Ana Castillo, I want to see a lot more work from her. Let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews of people who liked it from RogerEbert.com. There are some disappointing choices in the film's directing, but Castillo should make a lot of those easy to overlook. Yeah, the acting in this you'll be kind of like, well, it's a little bit long. Where's this going? But you'll be engaged. Don't worry. That's the way I felt about it. New York Times didn't like it. It's hard to care about Mia's efforts to survive when coincidence drives the plot and the production looks and feels cheap. No, I can't agree with that by saying that the production looks cheap. Granted, yeah, they've got to put in some CG backgrounds and stuff like that. They're not going to really go out in the sea and stuff like that to shoot some of these things because it's just adds a certain level of peril to the crew that would be shooting it, of course. But they got some interesting shots in there that it looks like they went out to certain locations to get. This debuted on Netflix September 29th, so it's out now, guys, and it just came to my attention this weekend, and I took it in, and as I said, I rather enjoyed it. So I don't think that it's quite as low as a 55. 67% does seem like perhaps that is somewhere ballpark where I'm going to also land. It connects with a certain offerings of tension and fortitude. Yeah. If you are a fan of thrillers and can only take so many horror elements, then Nowhere is the film for you. Yeah, it does have the horror. Like, people are drowning. And it's kind of like, how the heck are we going to get out of this scenario? The runtime is the major thing to it. So if I'm gonna reflect back to my score sheet about that possible runtime, watchability factor, let's fill that in right now. It's worth the watch once for sure. If you got nothing else to do on the weekend. 6.5. Yeah, for Nowhere. But as you can see, I've said the directing and acting, I think, are the stronger points of this. There's just some things in the runtime that perhaps I'd be kind of like, And if I had to chop things out, if I had to chop it down just to make it look a little bit more reasonable, I would take out that from the story to make it a 6. But then I would have to bump this up for Ana Castillo. Maybe that's the way I feel better about it. Yeah. Still a 6.5, but at least I'm making some concessions for the way that the story kind of ends. Plus, the way that it ends, was it a happy ending? That's what I like to say. Was it a happy ending? Yeah, and that's kind of what you'll be asking yourself too. And that's the kind of trademark of what I think is a good movie. So a movie worth checking out there on Netflix. Nowhere. What do you guys think about this? Have you seen it? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Next, we are going to be talking about the Pet Sematary Bloodlines. So if you like these types of reviews, guys, come check us out here on Mirror Domains, because there are my other social media handles. Come check me out, and I'll see you next time right here on Mirror Domains. Okay. So, um, whoop. Yeah, nowhere. Let me turn on some live chat here. And let's make sure that we get solidified by first comments here. The only person I trust are High Energy Review. New York is a joke. NYT is a joke. 6.5 sounds about right for Nowhere. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, Nowhere. It was fine. It was fine. What was not fine was Hellraiser, or sorry, Pet Sematary Bloodlines. Now, I've got to reset my posters here because of the way that OBS prefers to have things. So let me just confirm that I'm setting my posters up properly. Okay, that looks good. And just resetting the score sheet. Let's make sure that this looks good. Yeah, that looks good. And we'll get into Pet Sematary Bloodlines. Cemetery is spelled wrong. Did I spell it wrong in my metadata? No, I didn't. Pet Cemetery Bloodlines. Yeah, it is spelled wrong. But that was the way that it was for a while. All right, let's get into this movie. The poster is spelled wrong. Oh, yeah. Well, that's because the first Pet Sematary in the book was spelled like that. Which I never read. I want to get a copy of it. Local libraries around here don't seem to have that one. And I want to read Talisman as well, because Talisman is the next one I think to come out. If maybe Salem's Lot ever gets released, we'll have to see that. Okay. Oh, here we go. Pet Sematary Bloodlines is out right now on Paramount Plus, guys. And if you were a fan of the reboot of Pet Sematary, this is a prequel to that movie, Pet Sematary Bloodlines. And did I like the movie? It's got its issues, so let's talk about it. Pet Sematary Bloodlines. In 1969, Judd Crandall dreams of leaving Ludlow, Maine, behind, but he soon discovers sinister secrets buried inside and is forced to face a dark family story that will keep him forever united with Ludlow. And that actually sounds like an interesting premise. And that's what I would like to have seen more of in this movie, that would have accented the original Pet Sematary as to why Judd is there. And it's kind of like a haunting thing when you actually think about it, which this movie was trying to set up. But this movie just was not executed all that well. It had a lot of pacing issues, a lot of editing issues, with some questionable acting. Now, not questionable acting from the main character who played Judd, Jackson White. He was actually the standout here. This guy right here, you see him right there, as a young Judd. And I thought that he did pretty well for what he was given. David Duchovny is also in this. Natalie Allen Lynn is in this and plays the girlfriend. You might recognize her from Gotham. So they try to play along with some of the familiar tropes of, like, there's an animal that gets resurrected, and basically Judd's trying to leave town in the beginning, and things keep on happening to him that keep him in the town. Oh, the dog. There's a dog in the road. Oh, a bird hit the window. Oh, this guy's acting really weird, so I got to go over to his house and check him out to see what's going on. Oh no, my girlfriend just got hit or bit by the dog, so now I got to take her to the hospital. And it's kind of like things keep on happening to him to keep him in the town. but it feels like you as the audience member are kind of like, no, I want to see him progress as a character. And I know that this is the intention of what the movie's trying to do. It just didn't do it well enough to be like the way that it's kind of edited together. It's kind of like choppy. It feels like, oh no, the dog's coming to me. And then all of a sudden, there's somebody lying on the bed going, oh man, my arm. It's like, what? Now, there are some creepy images in here, but the movie makes one fatal mistake. This movie, is supposed to tell the tale of the guy that comes back and is murderous, right? Not Henry Thomas, not Bill Baderman, the kid of Bill Baderman. What's his name? I'm forgetting now. Well, we see him there in the trailer. He's it's that story. It's that chapter in the story where the father brings back the kid, and it's kind of like the kid starts to kill people and stuff like that. It's just not all that interesting. It's not well executed because this part of the storyline kind of gets shoved to the background while they try to deal with this Judd storyline of him trying to leave town. And it's kind of like, which one are you? Are you the one trying to leave town, or are you the story about this guy that gets resurrected and comes back to kill people, kind of thing, right? And I feel like the biggest mistake with this movie is that they treat it kind of like as if somebody's never seen a Pet Sematary movie before. And I think that's going to make us fans who already understand it kind of like, what? Why are you retelling this? There's some interesting flashbacks, I would say, but it doesn't feel horrifying. It doesn't feel scary. And then things happen in the third act that just become hokey. It becomes a horror kind of schlocky, tropey thing that we've all seen a million times where, oh yeah, there's a zombie guy outside trying to kill people. Oh, don't turn around because he's going to be right behind you, kind of thing. And it's kind of like, why are you doing this? And then you'll be like wanting to pull your hair out towards the end of this. So let's go over to the early score sheet and see what I'm thinking about this movie. Acting wise, it's only got that really, like David Duchovny in there and Henry Thomas as the elders of this community. They had potential, but it wasn't well. But I'll give it for the main guy who played the younger Judd. He did well. Directing is a huge flop. 0.5 for directing, because that falls. I'm faulting the story for this. The story had an interesting premise. I'll give 0.5 for that. It did, but it just totally fell flat on its face, and a lot of that had to do with directing, because of story choices, because of dialogue choices, because of editing choices, and it just. Luckily, the saving grace of this was that it was an hour and 30 minutes. So, yeah. Ooh, James, that's only 90 minutes. You like that. So, as you can see here, acting, directing, and story are out of a possible 2 points each. Cinematography and score are out of 1 point each. I don't think the score... I could dock the score for this as well. But those are just mostly serviceable scores right there. So, I'll keep that. As you can see, it's not shaping up all that well. Perhaps we need to go over to the tomato meter and see what people are saying about this. Ooh, 21% by critics, 62% by the audience. So the audience is being a little bit more lenient on it. This actress did a good job. She did. She was one of the kids that was making the masks that we've seen. Trying to build into some of the lore. Pam Grier, kind of a wasted character. Not... That sucks. Well, at least she got paid. And yeah, this guy, he did a good job. And see, like the cut of his chin line and stuff, for some reason every time that I was looking at him, I kind of got like Guile from Street Fighter 6 vibes for some reason. You put some blonde hair on this guy and a buzz cut. Can you see him as like Guile? I don't know why. Maybe it's just like the nose, the face structure. I just felt like, yeah. But then it falls into the tropes of the dog doesn't even really do all that much kind of thing. Where it's like, oh, yeah, instead of the cat, it's the dog. It felt, it was completely muddled. But this Jackson White guy, I do want to see more from him. I want to see where he goes next. Because of his performance alone. Looks like he had some TV stuff, some shorts. Nothing else that jumps off the page at me. He's got something upcoming, another short called The Pitch. And I hope this doesn't ruin his experience. Because, yeah, as I said, he's got that line that I think people will be like, Natalie Allen Lind, he was fine. Forrest Goodluck, there's Manny Rivers, yeah. Mostly his acting was kind of like, Isabelle LeBlanc, though, as Donna Rivers was interesting. Let me pull up her resume. Henry Thomas and David Duchovny. Samantha Mathis was in this. I didn't even recognize her. My God. I'll have to go back and take a look at that. But yeah. Isabel, let's take a look at her resume. LeBlanc. True Detective? Is that it? Only 3 credits? I want to see more from her, and I do want to see more from Jackson White. Duchovny and Henry Thomas will be fine. Henry Thomas will go work with Mike Flanagan and stuff. That's fine. This is a movie that's going to come and go. Paramount Plus. This is not something that you would want to prop up on your platform and say, "Ooh, come check this out." Listen, it's like, I don't know. I'm nowhere near the 62% though. Some of the snapshot reviews. CNN says a crisp and efficient reminder of King's line, "Sometimes dead is better," and the occasionally sometimes prequels are too. What? Is that supposed to be a good review? I don't know. RogerEbert.com. Didn't like it. Not even with the jump scares. Not even the jump scares work. In other words, leaving the title but sudden jolts of ghoulish carnage to keep the audience awake. Well, that and it's only 90 minutes, so you got that saving grace. Matt Donato liked it. Matt, my God, he's been liking a lot of weird. He liked Exorcist Believer as well for some reason. You take the good and the bad in Bloodlines, which manages to avoid completely forgettable fate that might have buried this franchise 6 feet deep. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Yeah. Does it tarnish the franchise? No. I think overall, Pet Sematary Bloodlines, it's going to come and go, and then people will be kind of like, do you remember once they made a prequel for this? So that being said, I think the watchability factor, I would say check it out once. If you're curious, if you're a Pet Sematary fan, you'll want to check it out. If you're a horror fan, you'll want to check it out. But I would not pay to subscribe to Paramount Plus for it. That's what a 4 out of 10, James. That's not very good. Oh, oi. Is there any more generous thing that I could possibly give for this movie? I don't. Okay, fine. Because that girl was good too. I'll give 1.5 for the acting. 4.5 for Pet Sematary Bloodlines. And it sucks because I was looking forward to it. I was hoping, I was like fingers crossed. I was really hoping that they would be able to pay homage to this. But it's kind of like, we know about this lore, so you don't have to re-educate us about it. And spoiler, sorry kind of thing. The fact that the parents knew about this place and were kind of like the arbiters of the sacred ground kind of thing. There was some potential drama there that could have easily played out between Henry Thomas and David Duchovny. Right? There was some yeah, Timmy comes back. There was some drama there that could have easily elevated this movie a little bit more. Kind of like, this is our duty to protect this place and keep it safe. yeah, you used it to resurrect your son. And it's there's a great scene that starts off with it, kind of like Henry Thomas comes up to him and is like, Bill, what did you do? Kind of thing. And you can see that turmoil in him, and he's like, okay, I understand. I'll help you, kind of thing. And then you realize that Henry Thomas's character, the father of Judd, was trying to protect protect Judd from that, right? He was trying to, like, he didn't want that fate to fall on him. Of course, we know that it does, because that's what happens in the original Pet Sematary story that we know. And that, if that was all accented, ramped up, that's the backbone of what the movie should have been about. Not this Timmy, am I leaving town kind of. Yeah, it just got muddled. So it's a shame. 4.5 for Pet Sematary Bloodlines for me, guys. Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments below. Were you more generous about it? Yeah, just a bit of a shame. All right. So if you liked what you've seen, guys, there are all my other social media handles that you can find us on, where we publish like shorts and stuff like that. We play games over on Twitch and stuff like that. So hit that thumbs up button. Come join us for some movie news on Mondays and Fridays, where we talk about everything like that. And as I said, we do movie reviews. So the Exorcist Believer review is up on the channel right now. So I'll put this segment out later. A movie on Netflix, Nowhere, where this pregnant woman gets stuck in a shipping container out at sea. Now, that was a little bit more horrifying than Pet Sematary Bloodlines. And that didn't have supernatural stuff going on in it. We're watching Survivor right now, guys. Survivor Season 45. We're having fun with that. We're watching Hell's Kitchen Season 22 right now. And, oh, yeah, watch Ramsay go off on some of the line cooks, chefs. We're just wrapped up Ahsoka Season 1 with Episode 8. We did a full movie reaction for Wishmaster, and my reviews for the creator and Saw 10 are up on the channel. And as I said, of course, we do movie news there. So come join us tomorrow, where we'll be talking about, hopefully, later on tonight, I'm going to be watching a movie called Totally Killer. And this one I have high hopes for, too, and I hope it delivers a horror comedy. Sweet 16 Killer returns 35 years later. So this girl travels back in time to be with her teenage mother to try to solve this murderer. Well, that sounds fun. Yeah. So if you want to see that, come join us here on Mirror Domains, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Let me refresh the old box office mojo. See if, oh, yep, the results are up. Let's go take a look for this weekend. If The Exorcist Believer, 27 million. Yeah. Ooh, The Blind. The Blind? 3.9 in the fifth? No, I can't do a watch party for Totally Killer. I wish I could. I wish I could. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it, because it's Thanksgiving. And I got a turkey in the oven right now, so it's kind of like in about an hour or so, I got to start prepping like the sides, the mashed potatoes and the gravy and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be doing that, and then we're of course hosting company, so it's kind of like I'll be busy with that until who knows, and by then, after that, I just want to plop down by myself and watch it. So we can talk about it tomorrow, and we'll do a review if I get to it. If is the big word. And if I don't, then maybe tomorrow afternoon we can do that. I don't know, maybe we can. Because it is a holiday. It is Thanksgiving. Well, looking at the results here, Hocus Pocus came back in theaters. It made 1.5 million, huh? She Came to Me. Oh yeah, that was that art house film that I wanted to go see with Peter Dinklage and Marissa Tomei. And Hathaway. I wanted to see that one too. Hey guys, it's just a busy weekend. It's a busy weekend. So Exorcist Believer 27.2 is higher than I thought it was going to be. Worldwide total of 45. And we'll break this all down tomorrow. We'll break it down tomorrow on the movie news show. Let me just see if there are any trailers that dropped. I don't think so. No. Uh, yeah. Let's go over to the Twitterverse. Martin Scorsese says the search for the female lead of Killers of the Flower Moon was crucial as the character is the heart of the film. I hear good things about Lily Gladstone. I hear people want her nominated for lead actress, even though people are saying that she's only a supporting role. Barbie will be released on 4K and Blu-ray on October 17th. Saoirse Ronan and Paul Mescal for Foe. They were in Foe recently. That didn't do so well, apparently. That sucks. Because I do like Saoirse Ronan. I think she's a good actress. Really good actress. And Paul Mescal was nominated for Best Actor, right? We need to see a lot more of Saoirse. Kaylee Spaney and Jacob Elordi going without the belt, I see, right? They were at Priscilla. Kaylee Spaney, yeah. I want to see Priscilla, I do. Todd Haynes, May December is R rated for some sexual content and graphic nudity. Well, once you know what the movie's about, it's about grooming. Poor Things hits December 8th. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Anya Taylor Joy, Tiffany Cohen. God, yeah, she's just like, how does she exist on this planet? Apparently, she just got married, right? People were like gushing over her wedding dress that wasn't a traditional white. I saw some of the photos. She can wear anything. It'll be wow. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, starring Andrew Garfield, Oscar Isaac, Mia Goth, and Christoph Waltz, begins filming in February. Cool. Look at that cast. Andrew Garfield, Oscar Isaac, and Mia Goth. And Christoph Waltz's thumbs up. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I think Andrew Garfield is playing Frankenstein. I don't know who's playing. He's playing the monster, or maybe Oscar Isaac's playing the monster. I don't know, but if Christoph Waltz or even Andrew Garfield was playing Doctor Frankenstein, that'd be kind of fun. Or maybe, please don't tell me Christoph Waltz is playing Igor, the Igor type character. I don't know. Luca Guadagnino reveals that his Audrey Hepburn biopic starring Rooney Mara is no longer in the works. Oh, I do like Rooney Mara. We need to see a lot more of her. Luca Guadagnino, he still hasn't quite won me over yet, but okay, I guess that's not happening. Terrence Davies has sadly passed away at 77. Ridley Scott says he couldn't stop thinking about Paul Mescal after filming Normal People, which ultimately led to him being cast in Gladiator 2. Barry Keoghan is manifesting work with Steven Spielberg in the future. So Spielberg is going to work with Barry? Barry Keoghan reveals he auditioned for the lead role in Ready Player One. Ty Sheridan eventually landed the part. I know it's a travesty, guys, that I haven't seen Ready Player One yet. I just felt like the visual effects didn't look up to my standard, which is shocking that Steven Spielberg would deliver subpar visual effects. Because I thought he was of the mantra that if it doesn't look good, don't do it. James, the shark in Jaws didn't look good, but he still did it. Okay. So maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to Spielberg. Who knows? Zendaya and Tom Holland in new photos, some paparazzi photos. Look at the happy couple. I'm happy for them. I am. I hope they go the distance too. Oh, 1 year ago, Tar was released. Tar is a haunting film. And a lot of that has to do with Kate Blanchett. I understand why she was nominated, and if she had won Best Actress, I wouldn't have been upset about it for Tar. New clip from Bo Frankenstein. Director Matt Shackman confirms that Fantastic Four is aiming to film in London next year, pending the resolution of the SAG after a strike. Um, apparently, apparently they have cast all of Fantastic Four, um, but Shackman is not allowed to tell it yet. I got huge doubts, huge concerns for Fantastic Four. Mostly because Shackman's come out and said, we're going to deliver something that you've never seen before in the MCU. It's going to be a fresh new thing. And it's like, what is that? Well, it's going to be funny. And what? It's going to be story driven. Oh, are you saying that Endgame was not story driven? Cap, uh, Captain America Civil War was not story driven? Or Winter Soldier? Like, what are you talking about, dude? Here's my question, Shackman. Have you seen all of the MCU movies? Because sometimes I'm getting the feeling that some of the directors that were hired for Phase 4 and 5 have not watched all of the MCU movies or shows. And if I were to ever be hired on to direct one of these movies, that's my first mandate. Is I'm watching everything. I'm studying everything, even though that it may not have relevance to the movie that I'm making. I want to be able to understand the universe in which I am creating a movie in. Anyway, enough preaching on my soapbox, James. What's this? Fall of the House of the Usher premieres in 1 week. Oh, yes, that's right, guys. This week, it's going to be a busy week. It's going to be a fun week here on Mirror Domains because Fall of the House of Usher drops this week on Netflix. Great cast. Mark Hamill is playing like the butler or something in this. God, she looks stunning. Mike Flanagan's wife, Raul Coley, is in this as well. Uh, I we're going to be doing full live watch-alongs on this. So if it's, I think it's dropping all at the same time. So I think Friday and Saturday are all going to be Fall of House of Usher reactions and reviews, except for, yeah, we'll have to figure it out. We'll do like four. I think it's like um 4 episodes a day. I think that we'll be able to do. Ready Player One looked great. Did it? Did it? See if I can find something here. That's the publication. I read the original story. October 12th. Yeah, so Thursday. So maybe Thursday and Friday will be all this. Uh, yeah, so it all drops on Thursday. 8 episodes. So I'm thinking we'll do 4 episodes on Thursday, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and then rinse and repeat on Friday. And we'll get through all episodes of Fall of House of Usher. Which means, ooh. What about Survivor, James? That's right. We got Survivor and Hell's Kitchen on Thursday and Fridays. And Survivor is priority. So here's what'll happen. We may do 3 episodes Thursday afternoon. Because I don't have to run out to a matinee because the only thing opening up this week is the Taylor Swift movie, which is on Friday. I'm seeing on Friday at 4 p.m. Confirmed. So maybe we'll watch the first three on Thursday and then burn through the rest on Friday. So Friday we'll watch Hell's Kitchen in the morning, maybe even at 9 in the morning we'll start Hell's Kitchen, and then we'll do 2 episodes of. It's gonna be a busy couple days, man. Oh yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. We'll get through it. We will get through it. And if it happens that we got to leave episode 7 and 8 for Saturday, I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be fine. But I'm looking forward to it. Fall of the House of Usher. The Midnight Dreary. Carlo Gugino, Mary McDonnell, Henry Thomas, Kate Siegel, Raul Coley. Yeah, Kate Siegel looks evil in this. She's a good actress. Why doesn't she get more work? She was in Wrath of Becky and the Time Traveler's Wife TV series, huh? Hypnotic. Yeah, I liked Hypnotic. That one was interesting too. That was a movie. I think that's on Netflix. The Room Returns. Cannes 2023 Best Picture Anatomy of a Fall is in theaters this week. Great actress. Very versatile. Well, that's Bly Manor. Yeah, I can't start thinking about Bly Manor, otherwise I'll get choked up. Um, Next, Color Purple motion picture. New trailer for Color Purple this week. All right. Transformers Rise of the Beasts, over 1 hour of special features. Similar mannerisms, huh? Yeah, the Kill Room is something that I want to see. It's not being received all that well, but Maya Hawke is Uma Thurman's daughter, right? So if they shared the same kind of movements and stuff, I could believe that. Samuel L. Jackson is in that one too, right? The Boogeyman. Yeah. All right, guys. How long have we been going? 51 minutes. That's a little bit longer than I thought. Yeah, because I got to go out and start cooking in the kitchen and get ready for some Thanksgiving turkey. What's this? The Thing director reveals sequel ideas for Mary Elizabeth Winstead's The Thing prequel. We fantasized about a sequel where Kate, Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character, would escape and would be picked up at sea and tries to warn the world at an oil platform near the South Pole. The monster would break loose on the rig. I like the oil rig mayhem idea. So, yeah, it wouldn't have quite gotten to, but if it's gotten to the water, I think it would be, if the thing got to like water, I think it would have been able to infect the rest of the world. That's it. It's game over. Because it would be able to infect a whale, porpoise, and then it would be able to swim anywhere, and it would just spread like that. A penguin. Yeah. So I don't know if your oil rig idea would work all that well. It doesn't need to have humans. It's got 8 comments. Let's see what people are saying about it. Honestly, I would have loved. I love the prequel for its flaws. I do. I like the prequel too, and I didn't know it was going to be a prequel until the very ending when they start chasing the dog, and I was like, "Wait a minute! Oh my god! Did I just watch the prequel? That what happened over at the Norwegian? I did, didn't I? Oh my god, Jesus!" And then it goes straight into the next movie. Like that. That worked for me. That did. The prequel was so good. A movie. Well, technically, there's already a sequel. Yeah, it's called The Thing. I've watched it several times. I hope they make at least one more to continue the universe of the 2011 movie. There is a way that it could be done too. But as I said, maybe not on an oil rig, but a camp near the ocean, and they got to stop it to get it from the water. As I said, because of those issues. But I don't know. If you overthink it, then maybe I'm not doing it right. I would tell you this, director Matthias. Just make an oil rig movie where a monster gets loose. Don't tie it to the Thing universe. Because you seem more passionate about it doing this oil rig thing and not telling a solid sequel to the logic of what that universe had established. So that's what I'm feeling about it today. All right, guys, I got to save my voice because I got to entertain people tonight. So join us tomorrow, and I'll see you next time. You're watching Mirror Domains.